This was definitely one of the scariest nights on the road.
I just moved spot because I don't feel safe.
I got the knock twice in one night here in Mexico.
Police officers, sometimes they take license plates.
How would you react if somebody was near your home at night? In today's story, we are nearest the Belize border, but we aren't quite crossing it. What's my holdup?
I have to go back to the United States.
A lot has happened since the last time we spoke, so let's catch up today.
And if you're new here, hi, my name is Sandro and I probably have one of the most unconventional stealth overlanding rigs on the internet. I fully renovated my 2023 Tesla Model X long range, aka Beluga, with a full kitchen, running water, 250 watts of solar on the hood, and plenty more. Throughout the last 2.5 years of solo travel, we have roamed all over North America, conquering some of the most remote regions one can travel to. Slowly, we are driving south on the Pan American Highway to Ushuaia, Argentina, a 20,000 mile journey throughout 15 countries.
It is a hot one. It's soupy in here. Even with climate control on, you can feel this a little bit. My sleeping pad is kind of like wet. I didn't have a wet night, no. You can see exactly how my privacy screens work at night, like that. So this is one way how I kind of stay safe and nobody can see inside, because I've had to knock twice in one night a few nights ago, and it really scared me. Really did. But even, for example, last night I ended up moving and I almost broke my number one rule, which I've set clear boundaries on, is do not drive at night. So I just moved spot because I don't feel safe where I was just at, and I had this spot figured out on iOverlander. But of course, it is a Friday night and you can hear the music in the background. Maybe somebody's having a heartbreak, I don't know. I was just by myself with some locals, and this drunken gentleman came up to me and had a lot of questions. He was just curious, I guess, but he would ask questions like, oh, are you traveling by yourself? You seem very defensive right now. And I guess he was right. My body language tensed up. The way he went into my personal space, it just didn't feel good. And he asked for a ride home, like 300 meters. And I basically told him no. And he initially didn't like my answer, which, I mean, I get, but I have a clear no. But even my Starlink fell. But I want to move to a different spot, actually, before I kind of talk about what happened the other 2 nights. There we go. Let's figure this out, I think. Okay, that's just this. So as you can see, I only have 3 of these because one of them broke the other day. 2, 3. There we go, that's the suction we wanted. I also removed my front license plates when I'm camped out like this, because I don't need everybody to know that I'm out of state. There we go. I've also heard from some locals here that some police officers, sometimes they take license plates off the front of the vehicle when they see a car parked overnight, so you're kind of forced to go to the police station and pay. And they do that too because it looks like an abandoned vehicle. Beluga has been very confused in Mexico. This is not the first time where it's happened where it doesn't just connect the dots where I'm trying to go. I do kind of know the street here, but what is this? Do you guys see that sign? It says there's 3 types of trash. There's organic, inorganic, and then the idiot who throws it on the floor. Finding trash cans or like places to throw out your trash in Mexico sometimes is difficult. And there's a lot of trash, a lot all around here, and that makes me really sad. It really bothers me when I get to a campsite and there's just trash everywhere. But first thing first, we're gonna go take a bath. Because this is how my life is kind of behind the scenes, is I find a fresh body of water, sometimes public showers at the beach, and I just jump right in. Why not? Because it's free, it's refreshing, and yeah, seriously, that refreshing part, because it is so hot here through the day, like 40 to 50 degrees Celsius. That's over 100 degrees Fahrenheit for my American peeps. But without this car, without camp mode, I don't think I could survive out here, really. I actually don't know how deep this is, so we're gonna just walk in. Slippery. About half my weight, so it's good that I didn't go head first, right? Can you guys believe this? This is kind of my backyard this morning. What? This is insane! Oh my god. But in theory, Belize is over there. Not that land, but the land just a little bit over that. That's a great description, Sandro. It's on the other side. That's where Belize is. We're not far, like maybe 20 minutes if we wanted to cross. But we're not crossing today. And the reason is I have to go back to the United States. Yes, I have to do my green card paperwork, because as a permanent resident in the United States, you are not allowed to be outside the US for more than 6 months at a time. And I've been here for just over 100 days. And I actually hired a immigration lawyer because things are very tough and I want to do this expedition, but not at the cost of losing my residency, because the US has been my home, and yeah, home is where we park it. But it's the first country where I felt at home, because I'm originally from the Netherlands, lived in Brazil, lived in Panama, lived in the United States. I've been a permanent resident now for about 10 years. And it expires this year, but I want to make sure I do the right things to make sure I have another 10 years so I can live there legally and get the right paperwork done when I come back, because there's like a special I-131 you can fill out. It's a special re-entry permit, and I need to make sure that I do that right before I continue on with this expedition. So that's kind of the hold up. That's why we haven't crossed quite yet into Belize. Oh, that's so refreshing. And I wanted to have this conversation with you guys to kind of let you know how I'm feeling, because sometimes I don't know how I'm feeling on the road, and days are very stressful. And oh wait, I just discovered a new little pocket in here. That's awesome. Wow. Anyways, a little pocket. And it really is a different ballgame when you live on the road by yourself. You are in a foreign country. And I mean, I do speak Spanish, which is really like an advantage, I think, because I can have a conversation, I can have deeper connection. I can't even imagine if you are a solo female traveler, you know, on the road, and you have all these men just preying on you. Yeah, tell me you live in your vehicle without telling me. Where is my coffee? Here we go. My homemade cold brew right here. So I never knew how easy. Oh, this smells so good. I wish you guys could smell this. I know not everybody drinks coffee, but this is also decaffeinated coffee from a local brewery here. Okay. And it's very concentrated, but very delicious. But you can't have iced coffee without ice cubes. Well, I mean, only half of them are kind of frozen, the rest is just still. But I'll take it. Doesn't this picture look like Bali? Like, I've never been, but this is kind of what I assume Bali looks like, with this blue water and that spectacular view. But cheers. What are we cheersing to? We're cheersing to being safe and yeah, pushing boundaries. And healthy. Health. Number one thing. Ow, oh, yo. Yo! Ah, fucker. Oh, sorry. Ow. Every time. Ants. I discovered this a while back. So I could put my sub truck cover like this, and then because of my camper box, it's a little bit cut out right here because of the sub truck cover. I can slide out my drawers like that. Boom. That's perfect because previously I couldn't access my sub trunk when I was cooking because there was no opening. So I had to always think ahead and figure out what did I need before I start cooking. My bread, my oats, and then mango. Look at that, fresh mango. And I always buy these on street vendors. I try to support the locals here. It's also cheaper than some stores. And the little bit of money that I can implement into economy here to help the locals here is really why I like traveling the way I do. We were actually wild camping. I say wild camping. We were parking lot camping at a abandoned building, and some few other overlanders were there as well. And on iOverlander was highly recommended. Beluga was turned off, was not in camp mode actually, because in San Cristobal de las Casas you're about 2,700 meters above sea level. So it's nice and cool at night. So I ended up just shutting the car off, but I cracked the window just a little bit so I could hear anybody coming. And sentry mode alerted me that somebody was near my car, and then I saw the bright lights, and it's a very scary sound if you ever get to knock, right? And I've gotten a knock before in US, but I went on a streak, I think almost 2 years of not getting a knock. Flashed my lights at them to let them know that they're, I don't know. Is it gonna deter somebody? I don't know. But that's the thing that I did during the moment. Bear with me here, trying to cut the mango. And all of this was recorded with Beluga Sharp Ice, Sentry Mode. So, I don't know, does it deter people? At least grabs their attention maybe. But they ended up knocking and they had a few questions for me to ask. I actually never rolled down my window. I just talked pretty loud through the window. They had a few questions and I said, oh, I'm just traveling. And they were like, be careful. So that didn't really give me a good feeling. And then they left and I watched them leave, and there was another van parked not far from me, but they never approached them. They just came to talk to me. But I'm also trying to use all my food before I fly back to the US for my green card situation. But let me finish my story. So about 30 minutes later, I heard another car approach Beluga. And again, Sentry Mode alerted me that somebody was near my car. And I looked on my phone and I could see another patrol car. But this time it was only one cop. And that's when I get most nervous, when it's just one guy. He didn't even turn on his lights, which made me even more nervous. That's what I saw too. And ended up asking where I was from. And I said, well, kind of disrespectfully, I said, can't you see from my plates, my front plate up front? That's why I still take it away actually now, sometimes. And he's like, okay, that's fine. And then he said, just be careful too. He was louder than the first group of officers. And I didn't know what he meant by that. I mean, you know, be careful, it's like, be careful. Oh, okay. I understand what I'm doing is dangerously, but I think you can do things dangerously carefully. My biggest thing that if you're gonna drive to Mexico is drive always through the day. You know, if you have a long day, maybe 5-6 hours, leave it like 7. You know, give yourself enough wiggle room that if something happens, you have time to recover before it gets dark. Any local here will tell you too, like, don't drive at night. And have set destinations, have people that can track you. And honestly, yeah, don't let fear stop you, like let it push you forward. And thank you for watching. And if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. It really helps us, the channel, so much. Share this video with a friend. And next time I'll see you guys, we'll be somewhere in Belize, I think, hopefully. But let's keep pushing boundaries together. Cheers.